Have you ever wondered if some animals we believe are extinct might actually still be out there, hiding somewhere on Earth? It might sound like the plot of a movie, but scientists have a real term for this phenomenon. It's called a Lazarus species. That's when a creature thought to be extinct suddenly reappears after decades or even centuries of disappearing from the scientific record. Lazarus taxon. And believe it or not, this has happened many times before. Some animals were declared extinct, only to be rediscovered years later in remote forests, oceans, or mountains. Because of that, scientists are careful when they say a species is truly gone. And today, we're going to explore 5 mysterious animals that scientists once believed were extinct, but might still be alive somewhere on this planet. Some of these animals have had recent sightings, others have unexplained evidence, and a few are so good at hiding that researchers believe small populations could still survive without anyone noticing. Let's start with one of the most famous ghost animals in the world. First, there's the legendary Thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian Tiger. This strange animal looked like a mix between a wolf and a tiger. It had the body of a dog, but its back had dark stripes like a tiger. Because of this unique appearance, people gave it the nickname Tasmanian Tiger. The Thylacine once lived across Australia, New Guinea, and Tasmania, but when European settlers arrived, the animal was blamed for killing livestock. Farmers hunted them heavily, and the government even paid rewards for killing them. Over time, their population collapsed. The last known Thylacine died in captivity in 1936 at the Hobart Zoo. After that, scientists declared the species extinct. But here's where things get interesting. For decades, people have continued reporting sightings of animals that look exactly like thylacines. Some claim to have seen them in the deep forests of Tasmania. Others say they spotted them in remote parts of mainland Australia. There have even been blurry photos, camera trap images, and mysterious footprints. None of these have been officially confirmed, but these sightings happen often enough that some researchers still believe small populations might survive in remote wilderness areas where humans rarely go. In fact, Tasmania has huge stretches of dense forest that remain largely unexplored. So the question remains, could the Tasmanian tiger still be out there? Next, let's talk about a bird that has become almost mythical among birdwatchers. Meet the ivory-billed woodpecker. This large woodpecker once lived in the forests and swamps of the southeastern United States. It was one of the biggest woodpeckers in the world, with striking black and white feathers and a bright red crest. But as forests were logged during the early 1900s, its habitat was destroyed. The last widely accepted sighting happened in 1944, and scientists assumed the species had gone extinct. Then something shocking happened. In 2004, birdwatchers in Arkansas reported seeing what they believed was an ivory-billed woodpecker flying through a forest. Soon after, researchers released a short video showing a large woodpecker with white markings that looked very similar to the extinct bird. The discovery created massive excitement. Scientists organized huge search teams, scanning forests and swamps for more evidence. Some researchers believed the bird had truly been rediscovered. Others argued the video might have shown a different species that looks similar. Even today, the debate continues. Some experts think the ivory-billed woodpecker may still survive in small numbers in remote swamp forests where humans rarely go, and birdwatchers continue searching. Because if just one breeding population exists somewhere, the species could still be alive. The case of the ivory-billed woodpecker is also still debated among scientists today. Large parts of the swamp forests in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi remain difficult for humans to explore. These forests are thick, wet, and filled with wildlife, which makes it possible for a shy bird to stay hidden for decades. Some researchers argue that if even a tiny population survived the logging era, they could still be quietly living deep inside these swamps. Now let's move from forests to rivers. The next mysterious animal is the Baiji, also known as the Yangtze River dolphin. This rare freshwater dolphin lived only in China's Yangtze River. For centuries, it was an important symbol in Chinese culture. Some people even called it the goddess of the Yangtze. But as China industrialized, the river became crowded with ships, fishing nets, and pollution. The Baiji population dropped dramatically. In the 1980s, there were around 400 dolphins left, but by the late 1990s, only a handful remained. In 2006, scientists launched a massive expedition along the Yangtze River to search for any surviving dolphins. They spent 6 weeks scanning thousands of kilometers using binoculars and underwater microphones, but they didn't find a single Baiji. After that, the species was declared functionally extinct. That means even if a few individuals are still alive somewhere, the population is too small to recover. But here's the mystery. Since the expedition, some fishermen have claimed they've seen dolphins that match the description of the Baiji. These sightings haven't been confirmed, but they leave a small possibility. If even a tiny population survived in some hidden part of the river system, it could mean the species isn't completely gone, and scientists would love nothing more than to prove that. Even the story of the Baiji still raises questions. The Yangtze River is one of the longest rivers in the world, stretching over 6,300 kilometers. Because the river system is so huge and constantly changing, scientists admit that spotting every animal inside it is extremely difficult. That's why occasional reports from fishermen continue to spark curiosity among researchers who still hope that somewhere in the vast river, a few dolphins might have managed to survive. Now let's travel deep into the ocean. Our next creature isn't technically extinct today, but for millions of years, scientists believed it was. Until one shocking discovery changed everything. Meet the Coelacanth. This strange fish lived during the age of dinosaurs. Fossils of it appear in rocks that are over 400 million years old. Then suddenly the fossil record stopped. Scientists assumed the Coelacanth had gone extinct around 66 million years ago, but in 1938, a fisherman off the coast of South Africa caught a bizarre fish that looked exactly like the ancient fossils. Scientists were stunned. The animal turned out to be a living coelacanth. It was like discovering a dinosaur swimming in the ocean. Later, another species was discovered near Indonesia, proving the fish still survives in deep ocean habitats. The coelacanth became one of the most famous examples of a living fossil, meaning a species that has remained almost unchanged for millions of years. Its discovery taught scientists an important lesson. Just because we haven't seen an animal for millions of years doesn't always mean it's gone. Sometimes it's just hiding in places we haven't explored yet. Finally, let's talk about one of the most mysterious prehistoric creatures ever rumored to still exist, the woolly mammoth. These massive animals roamed the earth during the Ice Age. They looked similar to elephants, but were covered in thick fur and had huge, curved tusks. For a long time, scientists believed mammoths disappeared about 10,000 years ago, but later discoveries showed that small populations survived on isolated Arctic islands much longer. Some mammoths were still alive around 4,000 years ago on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean. Because the Arctic is so vast and remote, stories sometimes appear about mysterious large animals spotted in Siberia. Most scientists believe mammoths are truly extinct today, but the idea that a tiny population could survive somewhere in remote Arctic wilderness has fascinated people for decades. And who knows? If history has taught scientists anything, it's that nature still holds many surprises. So what does all of this tell us? The truth is, Earth is an incredibly large and mysterious place. There are deep oceans we've barely explored, dense jungles where humans rarely go, remote mountains and forests where animals could hide for decades. Scientists estimate that millions of species on Earth haven't even been discovered yet, and sometimes animals thought to be gone forever suddenly reappear. That's why researchers are always cautious when declaring extinction, because once in a while, nature proves us wrong. Maybe somewhere in the forests of Tasmania, a striped predator still walks silently through the trees. Maybe deep in American swamps, a giant woodpecker still taps on ancient trees. Or maybe somewhere in the oceans, rivers, or frozen wilderness, creatures we believed were lost forever are still waiting to be found. And the next discovery could change everything we thought we knew about life on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and stick around, because the planet still holds countless mysteries, and some of them might be far more alive than we think.